times out of 10 I know you're lying, and 9 times out of 10 I know you're trying to. I'm trying to be fair, and you're trying to be there, not to care, and you're caught up in your permanent emotion.
Let's try something.
Hold on, man.
Clip from last night with Candy.
Okay, we just.
What day of the week is it today?
Josh Hawley says Dr. Anthony Fauci presidential pardon means the Fifth Amendment no longer applies to him. Yeah, they were talking about this the other day, Dr. Fauci. I say every American that received the vaccination should receive $20,000 in compensation for, for lying to them. That's what I say. Every American that received the freaking vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccination or Pfizer, supposed to receive $20K from the government expeditiously. I'm just putting that out there. Hopefully somebody's going to repeat what I say and this shit turns into a trend. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color is the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully
This is crazy.
decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment.
Man, this shit is a joke. This is like a Boondocks freaking episode from Boondocks, bro. This is crazy.
Because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel,
Do you have that in front of you?
on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let the record record that the witness has refused to answer whether there's a folder in front of him based on his Fifth Amendment right. Have you refused this pardon, or do you have any reason to believe this full and unconditional pardon, this grant of immunity, would somehow require you to plead the Fifth Amendment?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Do you still refuse to answer the questions?
Yo, this is going to piss a lot of people off, bro. People's backs was against the wall on that doggone Pfizer vaccination. And there's people that really, truly did not want to take the vaccination. You know, there was people backs was against the wall because they're talking about, if they didn't get the vaccination, there was a freaking uptick of, you're supposed to get the vaccination and you're supposed to show your vaccination card, COVID card, to show proof that you got the vaccination so you can keep your job or whatever. I think that was atrocious. A lot of people went through that. That's not good right there. This is going to piss off a lot of people. I really think this is going to be like a big topic and it's going to make people upset.
Advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Were you ever made aware of gain-of-function research on monkeypox being conducted at the National Biodefense Analysis and Countermeasure? Do you have that in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Let the record record that the witness has refused to answer whether there's a folder in front of him. Do you have that in front of you?
After Dr. Anthony Fauci repeatedly invoked the Fifth Amendment during his Senate testimony, Senator Josh Hawley argued that Fauci's presidential pardon means he can no longer rely on those constitutional protections. As Fauci continued responding, I respectfully declined to answer. Mr. Howley claimed that the Fifth Amendment no longer applies because a pardon removes the risk of self-incrimination for the offenses covered by that pardon, which makes sense. He went on to accuse Fauci of showing contempt for Congress and the American people. Let me take a look at the comments. He did nothing wrong. Where was the same energy when Kristi Noem testified and did nothing but read out of her big ass binding being combative? Pleading the fifth is what a guilty person would do anyway. Also, pleading the fifth is what an innocent person should do. Hello, Biden, pardon him. Exactly what I was waiting for the judge to say. When taking the fifth, you have to take it fully. The moment you answer anything, you are waiving the right and opening up yourself to other questions. When taking the fifth, you can't pick and choose. If this hearing was actually about helping the country be prepared for another pandemic, then there would be no need for fifth. But it's not. It's all theater and a waste of taxpayers' money, when we could be using that time and money to take care of our people. One person said in the comments, play Harley's, Noem's, and Bondi's hearing clips side by side with this one, with Dr. Fauci. Meanwhile, Trump was president at the start of COVID and was telling people to inject themselves with Avertum, what is this? Ivermectin. I don't know how you say that shit. I'm saying everything wrong. And it'll cure it. But let's be all mad at Fauci. People act like thousands of people didn't die from COVID is wild. Fauci was, but there's people that didn't want to take the vaccination. They was going to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? There's people that didn't want to take the vaccination. You know, that's like a big decision, taking a vaccination that you don't know nothing about and you don't know what it's going to do to you. Fauci was and is being used as a pansy. And to say he can't plead the fifth all depends on what was in the pardon. Doing the same thing Trump did when asked about Epstein Island. I can't wait to get my compensation for getting the vaccine. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Each American who got the vaccination, they need to get $20K off top. You know, I've been saying that for a week now. For the last week, I've been saying anybody that got that vaccination, they need to get compensated and get $20,000. You know what I'm saying? For being sidetracked, for the inconvenience, they need it. Let them get the $20K. I say get more than $20K. You know, I'm just going for the bare minimum, which is $20,000. See what I'm saying? Some people say that's not the bare minimum. You know, it's the bare minimum. You know what I mean? You got all of this goddamn money and finances to go to the other side of the world and fighting for a tall fee for the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know what's the agenda here. You know what I'm saying? I really want some more information about the situation over there in the Strait of Hormuz. I want to know some more about it. The Gaza Strip, all of that. The Palestinians, I want to know everything. So again, we blaming him for the pandemic, but the president in office rather take money and millions lives lost. That man is how old? And they want to blame him for the spread of COVID-19 when he was the only one who gave a damn to try to mitigate the damages done and death caused to millions of Americans. One person said in the comments, what is going on here? Answer the question with dignity and integrity. One person said, who can blame him for having contempt? Look at how he continues to be treated for trying to do the right thing. One person said in the comments, he's playing Trump's games. When thy pull you on you, he took a page right out of there. I plead the fifth book.
Based on his Fifth Amendment right.
I promise you, this is not a response to you. You wasn't in my head when I did this.